Hi there, it's Mrs. Drake with the clarinet. We are back on Clarinet Book Lesson 15. This is the second part of the video. I hope you already watched the first part of the video. Okay, so Lesson 15. We already played number 1 on the other part of the video. I'm going to skip number 2. Certainly feel free to try it at your house. But now we're going to move on to number 3. And number 3, just as in the low register, the notes are kind of easy to play, but the rhythm is new. So what it is 8th note and 8th rest. So take a look at number 3. So consider it a TT, and you notice this one has like a little tail, and then that rest kind of looks almost like a demented 7. But anyways, consider it like a TT. The first note is a T, the second T has become a rest. So song 4 would be T, 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 T. All T's, so you want to clip them all short. Okay, so number 4. And the real name for T is an 8th note. So it's an 8th note and an 8th rest. On song number 3, everybody warm up low C. So it's going to be T, 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 T. Song number 3, everybody. 1, 2, song number 3, go. Number 3. And now the one I was looking at, number 4. T, 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 T. Everybody, song number 4. 1, 2, ready, go. And now we're on song number 5. Song number 5. Okay, look at the end of song 5. Do you see it has DCL fine? I'll remind you, DCL fine means to return to the beginning. It's a type of repeat sign. DCL fine means return to the beginning, and then you stop where the word fine is. It's Italian words. Okay, so song number 5, slurs. Slurs are optional, but actually on high notes, sometimes slurs make the high notes a little bit easier. So at first when you play it, if you want to leave the slurs off, it's okay with me, but eventually you want to get where you can handle the slurs. And remember, a slur means you flick your tongue on the first note and then you just slide through the other notes. Okay, but the strange thing on number 5 is it's written as Divisie. So take a look at number 5, and do you notice how it's a double note? All right, and it's called Divisie. So what that means is you could play it as a duet. One person plays the low note, one person plays the high note at the same time. And when you're at your house, I encourage you to practice both the low part and the high part, okay? So practice both. It could be done as a duet, and it's called Divisie. And the slur goes for the top note and the bottom note. The slur is for the top note and the bottom note. Okay, so let's take a look at the bottom notes, and they're pretty easy. So let's play it through first, just playing the bottom notes. So everybody on the Divisie, we're playing the bottom notes on all of it. So the first note is a D. So I'm going to practice the first 3 notes. Would you go ahead and try to practice the first 3 notes in a slur? Try that, everybody. Remember, breathe in, clear off your spit. Okay, song number 5, we're playing the low notes. I'm going to do all the slurs. For you, remember, the slurs are optional. Song number 5, the low notes. Ready, get set, go. So that was the low notes with the slurs. All right, now same song, but let's now look at the high notes of the Divisie. Okay, I am am going to be sending you a paper that looks like this. And notice that the name of that song was Da Capo Waltz. And then there's a song on the bottom of the page called Bright Lights. So what this is this is just the high note part. So it's not the Divisie, written as a Divisie. It's written as just the high notes, Because I feel the Divisie is actually kind of confusing, where the high notes are already difficult, and looking at it in the Divisie form makes it just really challenging. So song number 5 and song number 7, I encourage you to use this paper instead of the book. I think you'll find this paper easier to see. Okay. All right, so everybody, song number 5, Da Capo Waltz, and in this situation, the high note and the low note of the Divisie is the same letter. In song 5 and song 7, the high note and the low note is the same letter. It's not always true of all Divisies. That's not always true. But in this situation, it is. The high note and the low note are the same letter. But of course, the finger position is totally different. So, on the top of lesson 15, it shows you the 4 high notes and how to put your fingers for the 4 high notes. I expect you to know it. If you have small hands, they certainly might squeak. But anyway, so song number 5, the first note of the high register is high D. High D is 3 fingers on the top, 3 fingers on the bottom, no pinkies, but of course your thumb is going to touch the register key. High D, and then the next note is high E, and then high F. So it does go in a row. This is challenging. I expect you to know which one is which. I expect you to have good finger position. I expect you to know the letters. But if your hands are small, it might squeak a lot. A lot. Okay, I'm going to come closer to the camera. I'm going to play song number 5, playing the high notes. If you want, you can just kind of watch my fingers and move your fingers with me to try to get your fingers right. And then I encourage you to really look at the music and just try to move your fingers with me, especially if your tone squeaks a lot. This is a challenging song. So, song number 5, high notes. I'm going to warm up the first 3 notes, D, E, F. Try that. That's what it should sound like. Okay, song number 5, high notes with all the slurs. Ready, get set, go. That was song number 5. Okay, song number 6. Oh my gosh, so much easier than song number 5. With the repeat on your book, I'm not going to do the repeat to save time. I'm not going to bother with the repeat. Song number 6. Remember, breathe in, clear off your spit. Do it often. Everybody on song 6, warm up G. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Song number 6. 1, 2, ready. It's cute. Maybe even memorizable. It's good to have a few memorizable songs so you can show off if somebody asks you to play a song for them. Okay, now we're down on song 7, Bright Lights. This one is challenging. Again, it's written in the Divisie style with the bottom notes and the top notes. In this situation, again, the top note and the bottom note are the same letter. So it starts on D. You could do the high D or you could do the low D. And also, please notice on song 7, it has the F sharp key signature. The F sharp key signature. And right there is F sharp. Remember, F sharp is first finger with no thumb. If you think you're going to forget it, feel free to draw a sharp sign. It's totally okay with me if you draw reminders for yourself. And then up here on these Fs, they put them as F natural, and these Fs also. So these, all the other Fs in the song are going to be played as F natural. That one right there is the only F sharp in the whole entire song. Okay, and I want to remind you, low F sharp is first finger, no thumb. Everybody try a low F sharp. Okay. All right, so song number 7. I'm going to play the low part first. And remember, feel free, if you want to play the opposite part, if you want to play the high part while I'm playing the low part, go ahead. That can happen on song 5 also. If you want to play the opposite part than me, it's totally okay. You can do it as a duet. Okay, song number 7 has DCL fine. Remember, that leaps you back to the beginning. And there are some rests. I am going to count the rests also. Okay, song number 7. Everybody warm up the first note. I'm going to play the low part. Ta, 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 ti, ti. Song number 7. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1, 2. One, two, three. And there's the fine. Okay, Bright Lights now playing the top part. Remember this page? I recommend using this one instead of the book because the Divisie does make it kind of confusing. Okay, Bright Lights. Remember the F sharp toward the end there? Let me draw it on my paper. It's totally okay to write memos to yourself. Really helps. If you think you're going to forget to do F sharp, feel free to draw a little marking there on that F. Okay, so take a look on the high part. What is the first note? I hope you knew the answer was high D. And I want to remind you, high D, 3 fingers up here, 3 fingers down here, no pinkies. That is high D. So everybody warm up high D. Okay. Ta, 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 ti, ti. That'll be the speed. I know you might squeak a lot. Just try to get your fingers right. Make sure your red pinky is ready for action. The red pinky is used a lot in this song. I shouldn't say a lot. It's used once on the T, twice in the first measure and the second measure. There is a C. Remember that note is called C for high. Okay, everybody, warm up high D. 1, 2, ready. One, two, three. 4, 1, 2. One, two, three. All right, and that was lesson 15.